Okay, let's rank the months of the year as a teacher. Now, I don't think anyone will disagree with my last choice and my first choice, but we'll see about in between. In dead last, to absolutely no one's surprise, January. Christmas is not a break where we get to really switch off and relax, and you're straight back in at the deep end. It's dark, it's gloomy, everyone's miserable, and we all know January seems to last for approximately 142 days. Next up, very similar to January, we've got November, right? Winter kicks in. It's dark when you go into school. It's dark when you leave school. There's no break in November. It's too early to really get into the Christmas mood. So yeah, it's there. In at 10, we've got March. Yes, we're starting to head into spring. It's a little bit brighter, but that is one long month where things start to amp up as far as SATs prep, and it's a long way to Easter through March. Now in at 9, I've gone September, which might be a little bit higher on other people's lists, but for me, it's that false sense of security you get in the first few days where you're settling the kids in and they're all being nicey. You actually say to your TA, I tell you what, this might be a bit of a breeze, and then bang, that optimism disappears and you realise you've got to start. You go, my last class, we're here. We're now starting here. This is going to be a long year. In at 8, we've got the first month where you do have a half-term break, but I've gone May mainly because that's when workload really ramps up. You've got your SATs in there, your phonics screening nonsense, and then you've got reports, just bang. So you can't even enjoy that half term because most of us are there sat at our computers writing reports, unless, of course, you're using Teachmate to do it in a fraction of the time. At 7, I've gone February. It's the shortest month. We are crawling to that half term break, and it gives us that brief little escape before we all just sort of teeter over the edge. At 6, I've gone October because by this time you are fully settled in to the routine, aren't you? But it's full on Harvest Festival vibes. You're banging out cauliflowers, fluffy, Harvest Samba, and then that half-term break is just what the doctor ordered. At 5, I've gone December. I mean, can you work in a school and not love Christmas? Yes, it's chaotic. Yes, it's manic, but it's also magical. There's a lot going on, but there's also so many treats in the staff room during this month. At 4, I've gone June. The only month in the top 5 that doesn't have a sort of break, but it does kick off the last half term of the year, so it's sort of countdown to summer. We normally have some nice weather, and it's just looking forward to some nice things, trips, sports days, just sort of summer vibes. At 3, we've gone April. It's full on springtime, 2 weeks off for Easter. Need I say more? In at 2, I've gone July. Yes, you're absolutely shattered, as are the children, and you are counting down the days. But the month where you actually finish for the academic year, it's got to be up there. And to absolutely no one's surprise, the number 1 month of the year, surely for every teacher, has to be August.